Hello and welcome to Detroit. Nick Fellows and Frank VERSTEEGH bringing you the full story of today's qualifying rounds. But that weather condition that we were worried about earlier here in Detroit has taken its toll on the competition. The race jury have been given no choice but to cancel all of the qualifying, really making for a very big and disappointing story here in Detroit.
Yep. But as safety is paramount, we noticed and even can feel it now that the gusting winds exceeded almost all levels. First of all, the safety levels for the pilots. At the beginning of qualifying, the pylon tests were hair-raising. We blew a red pylon, later a blue pylon completely by itself, pushed by the wind, disconnected from the barge and made all ships run after the pilot, which was quite visible that this is not a safe condition for air racing.
And Frank, speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour with the wind, dangerous for the pilots too.
Absolutely, and it's not the strength of the wind, but it's causing the turbulence. Sometimes it has been so turbulent today that it's unsafe for the pilots to fly. There's no control anymore, ailerons are stalling, and it's impossible to fly safe between those pilots. And the pilots, they swing. It's like rock and roll flying on a rodeo bull. It's very dangerous, so the decision has been very good to cancel this race.
You hear the explanation from a former Red Bull Air Race pilot. Let's take a look and listen to what the current Red Bull Air Race pilots have got to say about these windy conditions.
Well, certainly we'd all like to go out and fly, especially for all the people that are out there waiting to see us race. Yeah, it's a shame, but you have to do the right thing, the safe thing, and the fair thing. It's just, I think, a little bit too windy for the air gates.
Well, yes, really disappointed. I would love to fly because every flight I can get is a practice, and I do need to practice with my new plane and with the setting of the plane and all the stuff. I mean, I'm really feeling very, very sad and sorry.
It's very disappointing because we all want to go out and prove ourselves. I feel very sorry for the guys, you know, the spectators down at the track to come all this way and not see any flying is not good. But I think it's for the best. You know, safety is paramount, and that's what we're trying to do. Tomorrow's another day. We'll all be able to race and prove ourselves then.
So there we see that all of the pilots agreeing with the decisions and the cancellation decision here today. But what it means for the competition or race day here in Detroit is a slightly different format, which the rulebook tells us, Frank.
Yes, it will put a lot of pressure on the pilots because according to the rules, we will see at race day a qualifying for all pilots. But after the qualifying, and read my lips, after the qualifying, only the fastest 4 pilots will continue to fly. So that will put an enormous amount of pressure, and therefore race day will be one of the most exciting races so far in 2008.
There is that classic sporting statement, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who will be the guys that will take advantage of this situation, Frank, and look for victory here in Detroit?
Well, of course, the majority of the quality minutes and the quality seconds stick time is owned by BONHOMME, by MANGOLD, but we can also see flashes of brilliance by Steve Jones with his fast airplane. He also had flashes of explosion. So race day will be probably the most exciting in 2008 so far, Nick.
I think you're absolutely right, Frank. It will be an intriguing, it will be a scintillating, and certainly a very closely fought round 3 here in Detroit.